Hi, Jason Reiland here. Some of you guys might know me from my podcast show, Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing. Others might know me from the Millionaire Blueprint. Others might know me from the countless of ebooks that I've given you guys out over the years. And I believe in being a service to you guys and being a service to others. And so this is why I think I'm just going to say imperative that you listen to this and listen to it to the end, because I got some good stuff for you. Now, I really want you to embrace this for a second. Teamwork is the major key to any success that you'll find online. It just is. You're not a lone wolf. Don't think that you are. Because you're going to need others in order for you to find your success. And that's just because that's the shortest distance from one place to another, because knowledge is that bridge that gets you from point A to point B. You can't cross that river, that lake, or wherever you're trying to travel to without that bridge in between. You can't get over it. So you need the teamwork. And that's why I want to share with you what the super affiliate system with John Crestani, what that means, not only to myself, that made a difference in me, but it actually saved my life. Now hear me out. I know that sounds hard, but it might save yours too. Dating back to 2010, when I lost my job, I was a national sales manager. I was doing wonderful, great things within that company, but they went in another direction. I got downsized because I was low. Even though my numbers were great, doesn't matter. I wasn't senior level. I was just kind of only there for maybe 3 years, and even though I thought I was doing really well, I was just downsized. And with that income that I had, we had a home and we had a son on the way, and it was amazing. We thought we had life figured out, handled, and it just wasn't so. And I was playing around the internet a little bit, and after I lost that job, I didn't know what to do, and I'm actually 50 years old right now as the recording of this video. I will be 51 next month. And I'm proud of it. I'm actually pretty proud of it. And then, even though with all my college, all the business experience and sales experience, and let me get one thing clear. I did a lot of business-to-business sales. That wasn't really retail to sales or anything like that. It was really just business to business and commercially. But there was a part of that I just loved, because I could still be helpful and be a service to others. The other part was the money, right? Why do we do a lot of things today if the money's not right? Well, what happens if the money's not there? What happens when you can't provide for your family? What happens when life slaps you in the face and then kicks you while you're down? It happened to me, and it happened to me over and over and over again. I'd find a little success with some of the stuff that I was doing online, trying to sell and do things. Now, I can't really say it was affiliate marketing, but it was. Tried to do e-commerce, and tried to do some drop shipping. I tried to do arbitraging. I did a lot of different things to just get that almighty $1 so I could just pay my bills. And we lost one place, and we lost another place, and we lost another place, and just hopping around place to place. It was just so hard on my family, and then I didn't know what to do, and then I thought I could find answers at the bottom of a bottle. I was kind of what they call a closet drunk. I drank when people would go to bed at night, and so I was kind of pitiful, and it was kind of pathetic, but I just, think that just drink my sorrows away, right? And it really wasn't until, fast forward, 6, 7, 8 years later, that I still struggling, still bouncing around, still trying to figure out this, trying to make money online thing. I had little success, not just enough to squeak by, right? Just enough to get from one thing that I was selling and doing, just to pay for another thing that I was doing. It was kind of, I wasn't begging or borrowing, but in true hindsight, it kind of was, because I would just sell one thing in order to pay this bill off, or try and help pay this, or sometimes it was just enough to, put food on the table. And it was hard. It was horrible. It was taxing on my family, on my wife, and just our relationship. It was just super hard. And this ends up being kind of a truth video, because I have to be real with you. This isn't an easy thing to do, guys. Affiliate marketing isn't for the weak. It's not for the timid. It's for those willing to take risks, to take massive action, and to just do something. But if you don't know what that means to you, if you don't know what that means to your family, if you don't have something written out, if you don't have a business plan, you don't have a goal, you don't have, a lot of things. If you listen to my podcast, we talk about goals, we talk about planning, we talk about things that you need to do above and beyond affiliate marketing. You need to fix those relationships. You need to fix those things about yourself, because the only one you can truly change is you. And the only one that can really make a difference is you. And if this is something that resonates within you, hear the rest of this story. I decided to find more answers at the bottom of a bottle. I just drank myself silly. I wasn't, nobody knew I drank. I mean, I don't smoke or anything, and I didn't drink in front of anybody, but I sure drank at night. I hid booze all over my house. When I put everybody to bed, and yes, I put everybody to bed, and that includes my wife, and she's probably watching this video and goes, yeah, I remember that. Just so I could sit up and just drink my sorrows. Just like I was going to fix something by drinking away. And it wasn't until one fateful night that we had a night services at church. It was actually kind of a Bible study for our son that we were going, so I had to take him to church, and it was after the dinner meal. And I was told, don't take our son to church tonight. Just rest. You look tired. A lot of my excuse was I was just tired. And really what it was is I was just, inebriated. I ended up, that night, looking back at it, I just thankful for that night. But that night, a concerned citizen called a sheriff and said, this guy's kind of in and out of lanes, and we think something's wrong. So that concerned citizen, I want to thank, if I knew who that person was to this very day, I would shake their hand. I'd give them a big hug. But what ended up happening is that night I got a DUI. Never had one of those before. I drove I should have had thousands of DUIs, right? Some of you guys hear me out there? Thousands. And I ended up just going downhill and getting a DUI, and all these things were happening. And I remember going and thinking, what a failure, what a shame, what a all these people are against me. I went down the road. I just went down this call it a bad funnel. I just went down this spiral, right? And I was walking my son to school. He was in 3rd grade. I remember the day well. And he goes, "Dad, why am I walking to school? Why are we walking to school?" I said, "You know why I lost my car due to, he was in the car. You know what? He rode in the front seat of the sheriff's car. I actually was trying to tell my son that he was angry at the sheriff for, what he thought they was doing to me. And I was trying to console my son, saying he's just doing his job. He's just fine. He's trying to help Daddy. That was in the moment. But fast forward to that broke my heart. It's your fault. It's your fault. And I think about, then I thought about a lot of stuff that was going on in my life, and you have to kind of, what happens when you point the finger? You got 3 more pointing right back at you. So that moment, I went to treatment. I got sober. Actually, to this very day, I am the only graduate that had completed that program and stayed sober. I've been sober for 4 years now, and with that came a lot of success. But that was a life change. The only thing you had to change was everything, right? But I wasn't out of the woods yet. Okay, I still had to figure this, taking care of my family out, taking care of my family. And my wife was working, but it wasn't enough she was dealing with some, her own health issues and things that were, it was a struggle. And, and then fast forward to 2019, COVID started coming around. Things were starting to shut down. We just got done moving to this other place. And I was struggling just to keep that going. And then I thought I was buying this place, but the bank shut down. Then the banks were telling me no. And I didn't know what to do. I was trying to put food on the table. I was trying to make money online. I was trying to get things done. It was just something that I just couldn't get a hold of. It was so discerning. And I felt like my life was such in a disarray. And I tried to, you kind of try to play normal. You're trying to figure things out. I was still trying to do the best that I could. And so was my wife. But I must say that I was having zero to little success. And then the stimulus money started coming out. And I watched that like a hawk. Like most of you guys probably did. And this and this and that person saying this and that person saying that. And when we knew the checks were coming, we knew like the checks in the mail, right? I was so elated. I was so excited. I was just like, oh, okay. So I'm going to buy some groceries and, but then the bank was saying, you're going to have to leave that place. We're kicking you out. And even though what they say that with all the hype that was out there and what all the news was saying that there was leniency and they're giving you time to pay and stuff like that, I was already behind, guys. Before that happened, they weren't going to give me a break for nothing. Nothing. And that money came, and at that time I was watching all these wonderful videos of John Crestani on YouTube. I had notes. I had notes. See this? This is what I take my notes on. I have so many. I have banker boxes full of these notes from John Crestani. I'll show them to you guys later. But anyways, as I'm writing everything down, I'm building mirror sites. I'm figuring out how to do this, and everything that John was talking about was true. And I was having a little bit of success with some organic traffic and free traffic, and signing up with this free trial and that free trial. But things, those trials end, and I can't keep up with any type of payments, even ClickFunnels payment type things. I can't do. I did the 14-day trial, and I was done. I read all the books. Tony Robbins, I have a library full of Tony Robbins. I got Dean Graziosi. Hi, Dean. Those books, they're wonderful people. Russell Brunson, amazing guy. Good stuff, right? Didn't do me any good because I didn't know what to do. Now, getting back to that stimulus check that we got in the mail, I went up to my wife and I said, I'm getting kind of choked up here. I said, I know we could do a lot of different things with this money, but that doesn't help our family. I want to take this money and I want to buy this thing called the Super Affiliate System with John Crestani. I want to learn from this guy. I want this guy to be my mentor. Sorry, I'm getting teary because it was a very emotional day. And my wife looked at me just dead in the eye. And I should say with life in the eye, like glimmer. With a smile on her face. She goes, honey, if that's what you think we should do, I believe in you. And I know that if you believe in something that heartfelt and you know that it'll work, I say do it. I couldn't have been more in love with that woman at that moment than I did all those other years. But I bought the system. I watched the videos, took hard notes, and during doing the course and everything else, I was implementing as I went along. Yes, I failed. Yes, I was figuring out, and I'm thinking, oh, I didn't know that before. And all those wonderful videos that John had, it was all making sense. It was all clicking, and he wasn't hiding anything from all those videos. You're going to have it. There's so much other information that's out there. If you piece it together, you'll come close. You'll come close. But you won't have the actual the completion of it, because all that other hype and all that other stuff that you listen, you gotta just drown out the noise, right? So I took it, I did the system, I did it, it's kind of work at your own pace, and of course it was COVID. I call it COVID season. And I just powered through it. I stayed up late at night. I just did as much as I possibly could. And I had things set up on a notification for other products that I put out there. Now, again, no money, no nothing. John has a successful way for you to see, to show you, you can see along the way of how you can kind of do this organically, and how you can get some leads. But again, the money that I was bringing in, boy, we were elated, we were excited, showing my wife, I showed her I got paid, this one thing that I put out there was like $78, whatever commission thing that I got, and I was doing backflips over it, guys. And I was just so excited. And then on top of that, I ended up going even further. I just kept putting in. And before you knew it, we were in a different position. And before that, we ended up kind of putting together our next moves. Even during COVID, it's just like nothing can touch us now. I mean, we've been through the worst of it. Let's keep going. And the one thing that I had to do, hands down, is just that there was the community out there. There, within the super affiliate system, is really a family. I mean, I kid you guys not. Questions and questions and questions and questions. You can put a ton of stuff out there, and I don't know of any other system that you can actually talk to John himself. And I've talked to Ilya Guzman, and I've talked to a lot of these guys that I was dedicated, that when we were going to be online on the weekly webinars and trainings, man, I was on that, and I'm still on it to this day. I mean, it has just been phenomenal. And there's more and more people that you get a chance to know within that community. I know people all over the world now, just because that really saved my life. It made a difference. I made a difference within my family. You see all this stuff that's behind me? All this stuff back here is everything that you see belongs to us. That's absolutely true. As far as that hill goes, all those trees, all that stuff back there, we own. We're living in paradise. I want to say thank you, John Crestani. I want to say thanks to the community, thanks to the forum. Get on the Facebook groups. Send me a message. Send me a message at support@ReilandMediaGroup.com. Say hey, Jason, what's going on? I saw your video, and I'm gonna do this. Since we're here talking, and I just laid a whole truth bomb on you. If you go to dreamlifetoday.life, because it's a lifestyle, it's a whole change, guys. So go to dreamlifetoday.life. I'll send you the online training. You go through John's video, watch it, learn something, guys, and take action. Send me, so if you decide to move forward the super affiliate system, and that's something that you want to be a part of your life and your success, and you can show me that you've taken that massive action, I will give you our next program that we're putting. See, we're above and beyond affiliate marketing. We actually help you put it all together, because a lot of people, you don't know what it means to do a business plan or time management or all those other goal type skill set. And some of you guys are still dealing with some other issues that you need to work on and stuff. And, go listen to our shows. They're free. We're in 8 countries, guys. We're in 8 countries. You can find us anywhere. My son likes to play around with his little Alexa device. And we have them all over the house. But but he has his own. And sometimes he'll say, Alexa, play Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing with Reiland Media Group. And she goes, getting, right? I mean, I hear it from the other room. I'm tickled pink, right? We all want that. Build a legacy, guys. Stop thinking about the money. Build a legacy. Be a service to other people. That's what I'm trying to do. This program is great about the making money part, but you gotta move forward. You gotta give back. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give back. I'm trying to say, shorten your learning curve. Find out. It took me this 12 years to get to where I'm at today. It didn't need to happen that way. I could have really, if I knew what I was doing, I could have shortened it up a little bit. Well, a lot of it. But there's one thing that I'm going to leave you here today. I'm going to give you every second counts. That's our special program that we actually, it's not even live. It's not even out there. Nobody else has this. But I'll give it to you guys. I will hold off from my release date. It's probably going to make some of my other employees out there kind of like, what are you doing that for? Because I believe in you guys. I know you guys are going to show me that you guys take massive action. And if you can show me, send me the receipt or the screenshot of that you've made that purchase and for John Crestani's course, I'll give you every second counts for free. And the Millionaire Blueprint for free. I will let you also have free access to our membership program that is all about building and planning your next steps in your business. And there's a lot of great free content, a lot of amazing digital hacks, things that I've learned along the way that, look at, I'm living in paradise. Actually, we just had my wife and I, we just had our anniversary, and we were just so thankful that it was never too late. We never gave up. And you gotta surround yourself with people who support you. That's part of this. You can listen to that on some of my podcasts. You need to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Reach out to us anytime. You reach out to the Super Affiliate System. And the pre-sale pages, he sets you up. It's up to you to do the work. He sets you up. You want to talk about people have funnels and all that other stuff. He sets up the pre-sale pages. You just knock them down. The products and things that are out there to help other people. You can find other people and help other people. He has all that stuff. It comes with it, guys. Hands down, there's no better program that's out there. Hands down, there's nothing better than the Super Affiliate System for affiliate marketing. Your journey to financial freedom can only start with you taking action right now. Really, just I'm sure I have plenty of links below that you guys can absolutely have access to and to take a look at. And I want to say thank you for watching this video, and thank you for being a part of our show, and thank you for we now have, we have 180,000 followers that listen to our show. We're mostly listened into the morning time stuff, and I know that I kind of going back to that, but I didn't have all that without doing something scarier. I had to take risks. I didn't know what it was going to mean to me at the time, but I'm telling you, it made a difference. And it saved my life, my family's life. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to working with you. And I want to, for those who are already maybe taking action, welcome to the Super Affiliate System family. Again, I'm Jason Reiland, just out here living in paradise. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.